right, hi there guys, my name is Sam and this is RBF Kitchen. RBF stands for Roaring Bedlam Farm and we are a gourmet mushroom farm here in Graham, Washington. Now today I'm trying a new recipe for a brine. We're going to do a brine for poultry, chicken or turkey. This is, I'm following a recipe, but I'm also changing it just a little because I like to add in flavor. It's just a thing for me. I like flavor in my food, and part of brining is developing flavors before you start cooking. So as someone who's been cooking for a family for almost 20 years, I am going to take artistic license and add what I think will be good in this too. All right, now for this recipe, we're going to start off with 16 cups of water, which is also 1 gallon. All right, 1 gallon of water coming to a boil on your stovetop. Now, this is 3/4, I know there's no writing on there, 3/4 cup of salt, okay? Trust me, 3/4 cup salt. This is white sugar, 2/3 of a cup. Now, it calls for a whole head of garlic, but I just crushed some. It's literally all I had left. And yeah, we go through a lot of garlic in this house. It's a thing. It's a Sicilian thing. It's a DeBella thing. I don't know. It just is. 2 bay leaves. Okay. Some peppercorns. 1 to 2 tablespoons. That's good. Now, I'm going to put a couple mustard, just like a teaspoon, whatever, a good shake. Mustard seed. Okay. One other thing I forgot, I got to grab. Put these back on my spice rack. Okay. And then a little red pepper flake. Not a whole lot. Just 1 or 2 good shakes. That's all it is. Oh, no. Open that side up. The real side. Okay, that looks good. All right. Now, spoon. All right. Now, this is going to come to a boil and dissolve sugar, salt, and kind of bring it together. And then you're going to take it off the heat after it's boiled and it's dissolved. And it's going to steep on your counter for about 2 hours. And then you're going to add your chicken in and put it in the fridge. And how long you brine for is up to you. Sometimes I brine for 12 hours. Sometimes I brine for 24. But if I'm actually going to take the steps to brine, 24 to 48 hours is what I usually do. 1 to 2 days. Usually. Okay. You don't want to sit and watch water boil, do you? No. Alright guys, so this has been over a medium heat for about 20 minutes. Now it's going to cool until it's cool enough to go into the container I'm going to brine in. It says cover with a lid, but this used to be my grandmother's pot, literally, so I got a plate and it's going to go off to the side. Alright, until it's cool. So it is the next day. I have never made this recipe, first time ever. When I finished doing the brine the way the instructions had said last night, the brine was still, warm. Lukewarm. I didn't feel like I should put the chicken in and then put it in the fridge. It just seemed like, I don't know, it seemed a little shifty. So I put the brine in the fridge overnight and let it come to a complete cool. Now, I'm going to put the chicken in and put it back in the fridge for 24 to 48 hours. Perfect. All right. And there we go. Into the fridge. Okay, so it's a Saturday morning. These have been brining for over 24 hours, and this is what they look like after roasting at 425 for 20 to 30 minutes. I didn't keep track of time. Till they look like this. Alright guys, it's actually the next week. When I made that first batch of drumsticks, it was a Saturday, and Saturdays are very busy. You would have found out very fast why we call it roaring bedlam. My kids are loud as shit, and the drumsticks came out. They were roasted, they were beautiful looking, and they tasted amazing. They had a moist tenderness, but they were also flavorful. Now, this is our second batch. We loved the brine that we did. The only thing I changed was to add the zest of 1 lemon to this. Now, this is another pack of drumsticks. I got it at Safeway or Walmart or whatever, under $10, and it's been brining for about 48 hours. Now, this is, here on Roaring Bedlam, we have been raising our own chickens for about a decade. Now, if you have ever raised your own chickens and then you butcher them and you freeze them and then you take them out and prepare them for your family, you will quickly learn that chickens you raise free range have to be cooked differently. This batch of drumsticks we will cook at about 425 for 20 to 30 minutes. I'll show you that. But this batch of chicken, same brining amount of time, everything, will cook at about 350 for about 2 hours with some onions and carrots in the Dutch oven with it. And it'll cook lower and slower and longer, okay? And that will give you chicken that is amazingly flavorful and organically raised. You know what that chicken has eaten because you're the one who's fed it. It's one of my favorite things. It really, really is. So, drumsticks for lunch again, and the kids have no school on Friday, so I'm actually just prepping some extra lunch for Friday when I'm really busy. I have a couple meetings on Friday, so I have to have stuff prepared because kids are going to be home, hungry, and loud. So we're going to take these out now and we're going to get them roasting. My oven is prepped. Now, this is how I did it last time. Big ass cookie sheet, grates over the top, and they just go right on there. Okay? Now you could do this any way you want to. You don't have to do it the way I do it. This is how I do it. This is how I found is the best roasting method. Now you just lay them flat here. You don't have to do anything. And so it's just easy and low maintenance cooking is what I like. And it makes a lot of food. So I make things like big batches of pork carnitas. Meat you can just shred down and you have a big batch of to feed a lot of boys. Carnitas can be put on nachos. It can be made to enchiladas, tacos. You could take the carnitas meat and barbecue it and make some amazing like Tex-Mex Cubano pork sliders. You just have to think outside the box, especially when you have so many kids that just graze. They just graze all the fucking time. So, warning, if you have boys and you think it's going to be no big thing, look at your husband. Look at your husband and you'll find out exactly what's up, because I made 3 little mini ones of my husband. My youngest has way more attitude, but they are all literally carbon copies of him, except for now most of them are taller. So I am definitely outweighed and outnumbered by all the boys in this house. So, keep them fed. Keep them fed and keep them fed well. We're going to put this in the oven at 425 and roast them until they look nice and golden and crispy and amazing on the outside. Alright guys, these are the drumsticks that have come out of the oven. And this is the broke down prepared chicken we have raised. And it's about to go into the oven to cook for about 2 hours, 2.5 hours. All right.